What I call dealing with a man is what brings out the inner voodoo in most women. Most women have no thought, who are not raised in the culture, of ever doing any type of voodoo spell or anything like that until they deal with a certain type of man, until they need justice, until they, you know, have dealt with and had a relationship end where they overgave or they were taken advantage of or where they were deceived. You understand? Then that man wants to just walk away like that woman is. Honey, it brings out the inner voodoo in any woman. It brings out the inner voodoo. It brings out that side that had them looking up, witchy rituals and voodoo spells and stuff like that. It's what I call dealing with a man. Now, I was initiated into Haitian voodoo as a priestess in Cabaret, which is like just outside Port-au-Prince. And I lived in Bora Bora. But I'm going to tell you, when I moved to Soto is when I learned how to do just many, 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 all kinds of wanga. Because Soto is the birthplace of voodoo. And I lived in Soto at the top of a mountain. There was a waterfall where people would make pilgrimages to, and there were just like every other person in town was like a mambo. Most people were voodooizants there. You understand? And I'm going to tell you, I learned how to do love spells many, many different ways. How to do bindings, how to do padlocks. And I kind of coined that for a certain type of love spell where the man wants to come back and then leave again. You understand? One of them numbers you ain't got time for. Mm-mm. But I'm going to tell my women out there who want to learn how to do love spells. That is what I'm offering. A course in how to do some love spells and the basics and the alchemy behind it. You understand? And the what is behind some type of wangas and things like that. Because never do a ritual that you don't understand what the principles behind them. You understand? Never ever ever do a love spell, do any type of wanga that you don't, or ritual that you don't know the principle behind what you're doing. That's essential. So I will break it down for you. I will break it down in a 2-week course. Because I'm going to tell you, love spells are the backbone of most spiritual workers. It is the blood. It is the blood. If you know how to even just do one, you will never lack again. And here I am. I took years in Haiti to learn how to do different type of wanga, different type of love spells. And I'm still learning, even in Okap, where I am now in the north. Even up in the northern department, I'm still learning. But I am more, because I'm in Philamese, and I am more on the spiritual side now. But I am offering classes on how to do love spells, how to do binding, how to keep your home, how to protect your marriage, how to put protection around your marriage. So that you don't always have to go out. There are a lot of things that you don't always have to go out and that you don't have to be initiated for. Now, I was initiated into Haitian Voodoo because a lot of people in Soto, they would not teach you how to do wanga if you were not initiated. Because they're going to pose these questions. Who's your mama console? Who's your papa console? What parish did you came out of? Who are you? Who's your mother? Who's your father? Where are they from in Haiti? They want your whole lineage. And it's very normal and it's very common to always be questioned like that before anyone will open up and invite you to a anything. Anything, you understand? Of substance, anything that isn't just, for show. Believe that. I remember when I was in Port-au-Prince, I was going to a peristyle. The lady, she was very old, Mambo Mary. And there was a Mambo there, Mambo Marguerite, who took me under her wing. And that was the first Kanzo ceremony that I participated in initiating people. They were not my godchildren, but I participated in that. You understand? As a Mambo. So they need to know that, your lineage. They need to know before you're even going to learn how to do a proper Kanzo, before you're going to learn how to do any type of Wanga, or even make a Congo packet or anything like that. But there are certain things that you can do that don't require initiation. And like I said, a lot of Wanga does not require initiation. It's just that people will not, because you're actually not working with Loa, you're usually working with jabs or different type of spirits, or what they call like a Travalugau, something like this. You understand? Which means anybody can send those type of spirits. But you got to know how to call them back. You got to know how to sit them down. You got to know how to put them on a leash. And that's what most people don't know how to do. They just know how to release those type of bad spirits. But we're not going to go that deep into it. But you will know how to keep protection around your home, keep protection around your marriage, keep protection around your relationship, keep that man tied up at home. So if you're interested, my number is in the bio. I'm Mambo Dad.